Welcome to Mark Reviews. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for joining me today. I am so excited to kick off a brand new series on this channel, Mark Reviews Book Club. Roll the intro. As you can tell from that intro, I have done a lot of book reviews on this channel. I just thought it was time to make things more official and give you an intro and kind of some theme music to this new segment, so I hope you enjoy that. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the intro, and also let me know in the comments below if there's a book that I should review that I haven't yet, personal favorite of yours. I've done a lot of kind of non-fiction historical books like John Adams and Alexander Hamilton, and I've also done a lot of business management and leadership type books, especially since I started this relationship with FSB Associates. So thank you again to FSB Associates for sending me the subject of today's book review on Mark Reviews Book Club, Legacy in the Making. And this book, you can already tell, is a little different than some of the books that I've read and reviewed in the past. So you can see that it's square. This is about 1 foot by 1 foot. And then it's not super thick. And those actually go hand in hand. This book, I started out by listening to it on Audible before it had even arrived in the mail. And when it did arrive, I almost wished that I had not listened to it on Audible. It's a good audiobook, but you'll see why in a second. This book is more like a magazine. I mean, the way that it's laid out, kind of the graphic design of this book, you'll see full-size, full-page pictures, kind of infographics and things like that. So, you have diagrams and this is not a typical business management book. So if you're easily distracted or you have trouble focusing, kind of like me, and Audible's not going to work out for you, this is kind of a beautiful book. It's almost designed to be a coffee table book that you can read in quick installments. So that's more than enough about the physical properties of this book. I mean, suffice it to say, it is beautiful, it's well laid out, it's clear they had a graphic designer helping them, and there's this unified color scheme that just makes this a visual feast. It's really one of the coolest business books, so to speak, that I have run across in more than a year and a half of doing book reviews. So let's get into the content a little bit. Why would you want to pick up a copy of Legacy in the Making for yourself or for a friend? I think this would make a great gift, especially with the holidays coming up a little later this year. Awesome coffee table book type book that you can just pick up and read a little bit at a time. Now it's broken into very easily digestible chapters with kind of mini case studies of what they're talking about. Here's the main premise of the book, okay? The book wants to challenge the way that you think about why you're leading the way you are and why our businesses are run the way they are. The foreword itself is written by the founder of Patagonia, and they talk about the Tribeca Film Festival, and they talk about Girls Who Code, and they talk about a lot of really interesting kind of niche market businesses that have built their reputation and their legacy by doing something different, by departing from the norm and taking an approach with a long-term perspective, looking for a way that they can set up their business to influence others for good, to change society. Now, you and I both know that we live in a very short-term, fast-paced world, and that everyone's focused on the next quarter's profits or the next project or the next product and the next launch and the next task and the next meeting, and this book challenges that way of thinking. It challenges why our society is so focused on these short-term things. The businesses that these authors choose to highlight are ones that have bucked that trend, who've gone out of their way to create a different company culture, a different atmosphere, one that will outlive the founder of the company and the current employees and hopefully be around for hundreds of years. One of my favorite examples in this book, and forgive me for saying your name wrong if you're watching this video, Reshma Saujani, she started out running for office. She was running for public office and thought that she was doing better than she was, and then was delivered a crushing defeat in the election. And she could have let that define her, or she could have beat her head against the wall for a couple more years trying to get into that same political office. But instead, she noticed that wherever she went on the campaign trail, when she was visiting these tech companies and these places where the best and brightest minds of tomorrow were forging their new careers and forging our future, really shaping our future, she realized that almost none of them were female. So you've probably heard of Girls Who Code. She decided to start an initiative to teach girls how to code and give them basic skills in the STEM or STEAM disciplines, so science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So I love the fact that she took kind of that failure, if you want to call that, in her life, that obstacle, and turned it into a major positive. She's far more influential and well known now for what she has done after that failed election. In fact, I knew about Girls Who Code. I didn't know about her run for office. So case in point, right? And the example here is to illustrate really a theme that's hit over and over in this book, which is if you want to have a lasting impact, if you want your legacy to outlive you, there are ways to do that besides focusing on the bottom line for the next quarter. They talk about being socially responsible and environmentally responsible, giving back. They talk about charitable endeavors. They talk about film festivals that are meant to raise money and infuse life back into the community. If you're looking for inspiration in the way that you lead and in the way that you think about your business, I highly recommend Legacy in the Making. I love the title even. Legacy in the Making means it's not something that's done. It's not something you accomplish, right? It's not like a task you can check off. You're working on it and shaping it your whole life. And if you do things right, people will remember you for the deeds and the good that came out of your business, not for the tasks that you accomplished or the meetings you attended or the amazing speech you gave. It's going to be much more about the long-term legacy that you're leaving behind. And honestly, that's something that I'm trying to do in a small way on this YouTube channel. If for nothing else in the future, for my family to have a record of the things that I was doing and thinking about and consuming in my daily life. But also for you, my viewers, I want my subscribers to know about the good and bad things that I'm encountering in my life, and hopefully that will make your life a little bit easier. So for me, it's not just about the next upload or the number of views I'm getting. A lot more of this channel is about kind of shaping that legacy and building this brand so that I can give back to this community that's given me so much. And here's your chance to leave a lasting legacy for me. Please subscribe to this channel. Like, I even got a special pillow to encourage you subliminally to subscribe. And I will leave a link in the description below to where you can pick up a copy of Legacy in the Making. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a quick read, and I think it would make a great gift for someone. Again, I kind of envision this on someone's coffee table for you to flip through, or on someone's desk at work. So if anything I've said today has piqued your interest and made you want to pick up a copy of this book, there's a link in the description below. Please go buy it. I would appreciate that. I'm sure that the authors would as well. It's a brand new book for 2018. Go check it out. And in the meantime, as I mentioned previously, subscribe to this channel by clicking over here. And on this side, check out some of the other videos that I've made. Thank you for helping me build this legacy here on Mark Reviews.